This episode of the Redbeard Podcast is brought to you by DJ Tone Entertainment. If you're looking for a DJ to provide the best entertainment with cutting-edge equipment for your event, then look no further. From weddings and corporate events to birthday parties and family reunions, DJ Tone Entertainment can do it all. You can find their rates on Facebook or message them for a personalized quote. So don't wait. Book DJ Tone Entertainment today.
Do not adjust your whatever you listen to device. Anyway, what's up? Hi. I just was burned like twice right before we started this. But yeah, you're listening to Redbeard Podcast. And I'm not Cooley, nor am I Tony. I'm not Ren. I'm not Jim. I'm me, Jay Costa. Stick around.
Redbeard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes.
Yo, we're back, everybody. It's Tony from the Redbeard Podcast. I'm here with Ren and Cooley. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Was Gucci.
Yeah. I never know what to answer when you say that.
I know. That's the point of it.
Cool, man. Not too much. But Jay was here. We actually just watched an awesome movie called Point Break. And not the remake, the original.
OG.
And Jay stuck around to watch that movie but had to head out. So he, gracefully gave us a little bit of an intro, which you guys just heard. But yeah, I mean, I have loved Point Break for years. Jay and I are both very familiar with the movie. But it was interesting to me to find out that Cooley and Ren, what the hell? You guys just haven't seen this movie?
No, I saw the movie before.
You're just telling me this now after we've been talking about it for the past 2 hours that you've never seen it?
Yeah, no, dude, I totally saw this movie before. It was called The Lost Boys.
Oh, well,
oh my God.
Only it had vampires in it.
We're going to actually talk about the parallels in a second. But more surprisingly, Ren, who claims to be a Keanu Reeves fangirl, has not seen it. And this is like him at his prime. So what the hell, Ren?
Suck my dick from the back. Honestly. We
Ooh,
can have
from the
back. We can have our
that's
flaws.
kinky.
You found one of them, so shut the fuck up.
And
I
now
watched it.
You filled the hole. That was kind of probably the wrong choice of words. After actually,
pretty much the right choice of words in this situation.
It probably
I think.
was actually the right choice of words. I actually seen you on the couch during this movie. I've never seen anybody get so physically awkward every time Keanu Reeves came on screen. It was so weird. Vocal, physical movements. It was just okay. Holy shit. But no, I mean, this movie is just badass, man. It's 80s at its pure best. It is just the 80s. It's when Keanu Reeves, it's the movie that actually got Keanu Reeves to be seen as an action star. Because before that, it was like Bill and Ted's. He really hadn't done anything else like this movie. So his agent convinced the casting directors to give him a shot, and he got the movie. And after that, he's done other movies like Speed and obviously The Matrix and stuff like that. I feel like if Point Break had never happened, people wouldn't be able to see him as that type of character.
Definitely harder.
So this definitely kind of, I think got him a bigger audience in Hollywood. But I mean, it also had Patrick Swayze in it, who at the time was also a pretty big actor. So to have him on screen, if you're not a Keanu Reeves fan and you didn't really know too much about him, you're probably a Patrick Swayze fan. So you got two different types of audiences coming together to see this unique kind of film. I mean, and yeah, watching it now, I don't know, there's some things that are wicked cheesy.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
super cheesy.
For fucking sure.
But they're still so awesome because I feel like now it's like you guys haven't had the luxury of kind of seeing it multiple times as you grow up. You're just seeing it for the first time and seeing everything as cheesy as it is. But when I was younger, I was like, this movie's fucking awesome.
Nothing was better than Keanu Reeves going, fuck you, and then jumping out of the plane without a chute. For no reason.
Well, he had no choice, man. He had to go after Patrick Swayze. He had to go after Bodhi, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Oh my god.
And you said that this has just reminded you straight of the Lost Boys. Like,
Yeah.
All right, give us the parallels. Like what?
Like, just oh my god, like Patrick Swayze was fucking David,
Yep.
and Keanu Reeves was Michael,
Okay.
and that's pretty much like their journey paralleled the journey of Michael and David in the Lost Boys. Like
Except
the only
for the
thing that
fact that, I mean, you know, Michael wasn't an FBI agent undercover. He was just kind of like this kid who was in a new town and wanted to make some friends.
you can paint it red if you want.
Right.
It's still the same fucking Corvette. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, there are a lot of differences, though. Like there are a lot of similarities, but there's a
my
lot
God,
of
I'm
differences. There really are. I mean, you could say that, but I mean there are
yeah, like
differences.
no, they kit bashed the shit out of it. They had different pieces and different working parts, but essentially, this was to me it was a studio that said, "Hey, the Lost Boys was great. What can we do like the Lost Boys?" And they said, "Well, we can't really do the Lost Boys again, but we can do it with FBI agents and bank robbers." You know what I mean? Like, and to me, that's what this felt like to me. But then again, I saw the Lost Boys like you saw this several times, and that was like it's one of my favorite movies.
It's a great movie.
And when I watched this for the first time, right, I'm like, I was underwhelmed because of the fact that I had already seen the Lost Boys several times. Now, if I had seen this movie back in the day when it came out without seeing the Lost Boys like 80 fucking times, right? Like maybe I wouldn't be drawing those parallels, but I think it really kicked off when they were sitting around the fire.
Yeah,
and they're all talking.
Yeah, and you're thinking about like the cave. The cave scene.
The cave scene, and like just I mean the chick in Point Break reminded me of Star from the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Like she was David's girl, and now she's Michael's girl, and like this girl it was going with Bodhi, and now she's this guy's girl, and like she's trying to she's showing, oh yeah, it's you can be so free and like carefree and crazy, and isn't this fun? And it's like it was like the same like seduction of Michael to the side of the vampires, and like, you know, just embrace being a vampire, and they're like, hey, just embrace being a surfer dude. Like it's awesome. And then like eventually, like, you know, that, oh, this is the real danger of being one of us, you know what I mean? And it like that journey was the same journey. Like there's no two ways about it. No, you can slice it.
That's so fucking weird, because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna Google it. There's so many articles on so many different websites of people comparing this, though.
To the Lost
Really?
Boys.
Yeah. Like,
Oh shit.
Point Break and Lost Boys are pretty much the same movie. A Reddit post, like all these different things. There's videos. There's
Yeah.
Who knew?
wow.
Who knew I had something there?
Wow.
I mean, it definitely makes sense. I mean, especially we were laughing when they were like night surfing, and I'm like, oh, so this is like the scene where the Lost Boys, you know, they're hanging from the bottom of the bridge and being like, just let go. You know,
They're like
be
4
one
years
of
apart.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
So-
straight up. Like so that aside, I mean, like it was fun. It was I mean, there was so many like fucking corny dialogue pieces, like especially from Keanu. I mean, he was still straight up Bill from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
You know, was it Bill or was he Ted?
No, he was
Ted.
He was Ted.
He was Ted.
He's Theodore.
Yeah.
Hey,
He was
Ted,
just
don't
straight up
forget to wind your watch.
He was straight up Ted from Bill and Ted. Like throughout the whole thing. It's babes, sir. The correct term is babes.
Oh my god.
I'm from Ohio. What's the other one too? I mean, I think one of my favorite is he's like it's at the very end of the movie where he's like,
You lose something, bruh.
well, I like that, lose something, brah. But he's got that other one where he goes, you know, people cross you and they die. You gotta go down. It's gotta be that way. And my favorite, Via con Dios. It's just like, it's so good. It's so good. And I am an FBI agent. But I mean, like, you can't help but love Keanu Reeves, man. He's just like as cheesy as some of his lines may be in a lot of his movies, He is so goddamn watchable. Like, he really is. Like,
He's my sweet angel.
there you go. I mean, Ren's got a soft spot for him.
Oh, the softest.
A lot of guys actually like Keanu Reeves because he's a badass. You know what I mean? In some respects. So, Point Break, I love it. I'm glad you guys got to watch it. I know Jay's a big fan. So, yeah. What do you guys give it? Like 5? I don't know. 10 stars. Like, what do you give it?
Well, if we're doing stars, it's only 5. But if we're going like out of 10, we can rate it out of 10. Because that's just the way that fucking rating systems go. Which one do you want to use, stars or numbers?
Whatever. I think we pretty much will get it.
Do numbers.
Numbers? All right, we're going to go out of 10. If we're going out of 10, probably going to say it was I'm sorry to all the fucking Keanu and Point Break
Just
fans.
do
I'm
it.
going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.
That's fair, honestly. Like,
Really?
that's
Like-
fair because you're very critical bastards.
Yeah,
Like,
he is super critical.
I'm just saying it's an 80s film. I love 80s films. I mean, it was fun to watch. It didn't suck. It wasn't less than a 5. But it wasn't like, I mean, just in this day and age with all the shit that we've been spoiled with, and the fact that I immediately drew parallels to The Lost Boys. I mean, that knocked some points off because I felt like it was a copy. It was like a ripoff. That's just the way that it made me feel. So I knocked a couple of points off, but otherwise it was a fun movie. There were a lot of laughs. There was some points where I was rolling my eyes, but there were also a lot of points where I was like, oh, that was fucking cool. Like when he jumps out the plane with no parachute.
Yeah.
It was goofy as fuck, but it was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like nobody would ever do this, but
Yeah.
but cool. Like I'm glad I saw
Yeah.
this. That was a rush. It was cool. So like it definitely had its moments. 6.5 out of 10.
That's fair.
All right, Ren.
That's fair. If this was like 10 years ago, I definitely would have rated it higher for sure.
Yeah.
Like Cooley said, there were definitely like eye rolling movements. Like on a Keanu scale, it's fucking 11 out of 10. Like shirtless Keanu, the little scars out. He's wet half the time. He's shooting guns the other half. I'm into it. But on a movie scale, I'm giving it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And like everyone online says that like this is Kathryn Bigelow's worst film.
Oh, really?
For sure, yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, for me, just because I have a completely different perspective than all
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
and you saw it forever ago.
Yeah, and I've seen it forever ago, and like every time I see it, it's still just as good. I mean, I'm giving this thing like a high 8.8.
Woo!
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
up
it
there
up.
for me.
Like
man.
so you're able to just ignore the fact that none of that is the way the law works.
No, it's not. But it's really not about that for me. It's about how much I enjoy the film, the whole like meaning behind the film. Like I also like, I like seeing Patrick Swayze and Keanu together. I think I thought their chemistry was great. I thought Gary Busey was awesome. I mean, it's not one of his best movies, but it's one of the movies that he was in before he lost his mind. I don't know. I mean, there's just so many things about it that I feel like some of that stuff is realistic when it came out.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think there was ever a day like in a comedy. I think it works. Like if it was like Beverly Hills Cop, you know, and like you're pissing off the captain, and the captain's like, get in my office, and they chew you out, and you're just like pissing off the captain in the office, and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go rogue. Like that shit you see in Beverly Hills Cop, 48 hours, another 48 hours. But in like a movie that's kind of trying to emulate like real fucking FBI and the inner workings of a department, you fuck with the captain, you get fucking suspended. You get taken off the job. I don't care what, like, especially you're a fucking rookie and a rookie and a washed up guy that the captain doesn't believe in anymore. There's no way that they're keeping you on the job. You know what I mean?
I thought that too, especially at the end when he chases him all the way to Australia. I was like, oh, he's got the long hair because obviously he doesn't have that fucking job anymore and he's lucky he's not in jail. But then he still had the badge on him and I was like, there's no fucking way that you're still employed with the FBI. After you fucked up all of that and all of those people died, literally no one was incarcerated. They all died.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, there's some of it, I guess. I mean, if you're really going to get down and look at it all, I mean, I've actually wondered that too, you know, like if he does still have the badge, like what exactly went down. But I mean, they
It
pretty
also
much
like ruins the magic of it. You just kind of want to go like, I believe this is cool, and just want to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, but I also feel like technically the FBI, like, he could have actually gone, to, they're like a national organization. You know what I mean? So it's possible they could have gone to Australia and actually found him. I mean, and that's why, and he knows that, like, once, like, he ends up, like, taking down Bodhi, like, he's done.
Right.
And just tosses his badge. He's like, fuck it. Like, I got him. And probably knows that because he let him go, he was also losing his job. So he was just like, I'm done.
Yeah, that was the other thing that kind of made me roll my eyes. Oh, you're going to let him surf that last wave? Come on, dude.
But I feel like that was it. But that was his way of, like, what he says, like, he's like, you got to go down. Like, as long as you go down, like, people trusted you and they died, you got to go down. It's got to be that way. So he didn't care how he went down. He's either going to rot in a cell or he was going to do the 60-foot wave and kill himself.
Yeah, but, like, all the shit that he put him through towards the end of the movie, all the people that died because of him, I personally would just be like, nah, bro, fuck you. You're not getting that last piece of satisfaction. You're not going to go out like a warrior. You're not going to go.
I think he respected him, though, was the problem.
Yeah, that's a
there
problem.
There was like a big brother respect.
Yeah.
It was like the friendship at the beginning that they had. I feel like he wouldn't have, like, done all that stuff. He wouldn't have gained, like, the respect for surfing and whatever. But I mean, so I think there is part of that there.
Right.
But I also feel like, I agree with you on some respects because every time I see that scene where he's like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's like, yeah, man, well, fuck you though.
Yeah,
like,
you fucked that up you fucked that up at the bank, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
When you rob banks.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, I mean, that's my rating. I stand with it. So
I also did not like the cop that decided that he thought it was a good idea to pull his gun out at the bank.
Oh, the guy's an
fucking
idiot.
guy.
Every time I see that scene, he's an idiot.
I'm a cop. I'm a police officer. Look, I have a gun.
Yeah, look, there's 5 other guys that have shotguns. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dude? Shut the
All of these
Shut
people are in danger because of you with your fucking heroic idea. Right? Fucking dumb. Like, and I don't think any cop was trained to do that, like, in real life. You know what I mean? I think in real life, it'd be, I think a lot of cops do a lot of things that are kind of shitty, but I don't think any of them would be dumb enough to do that, like jump up with their gun.
I think there definitely is like one guy who's like, I'm gonna be the fucking hero in the bunch and be like, I'm gonna go in the newspapers as being this guy because I have a gun.
Do you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
I'm a cop.
Bam, 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 bam. He got blown the fuck away in that movie.
He got shot in the shoulder and then, like, dead in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and then I think my favorite part of the movie was the guy standing off to the side while they were all beating up Keanu Reeves going, get him! Yeah! Get him! Punch him! Punch him in the face!
Anthony Kiedis getting shot in the foot.
Oh my god.
That was awesome.
His face was amazing.
Oh, what about that chick from the shower that was like the stripper?
Taekwondo master.
She was like the stripper from
Naked.
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Naked Taekwondo master.
Hell yeah.
She was like the stripper from the beginning of Blade Runner.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I know
just
what you're talking about.
she was just a master combatant.
Crazy.
See, I really like the scene too with Kiedis where he's like, he's laying on the bed and there after he's shot and the paramedics work on him, he's like, don't touch it. It's just like, all right, man, like really good. And you were mad scared that Keanu was gonna get, or somebody's hand was gonna get cut in that.
Oh, it was like, this is definitely going down with the mower.
Yo, I told you, nobody's getting fucked up with a lawnmower in 1986. I mean, that shit was
It was
just too...
91.
Was it 91?
Yeah.
91. Still
Filmed in the
80s
80s,
movie.
but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like 91, like even then, like it was too gruesome for the screen. Nobody was thinking about doing that. They'll tease you with it, but like I almost was just like, oh, somebody is gonna get their hand
you
fucked
said
up
that.
in a lawnmower.
You were like, oh, never mind.
and then homeboy just shoots it and stops it, and I'm like, see, told you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Word.
Ugh.
But yeah, no, that shit. I thought it was fun, good shit. Thank you for
Opening my eyes.
having us watch that today.
Hell yeah. You are welcome.
Word. So on the agenda as well for this episode, we went to go see Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yes, we did.
I have a few things to say about it. I'm
sure you would.
I'm gonna have you kick it off because you saw it as well.
Go to town.
And you.
Why do I got to kick it off? You got a few things to say, man. Why wait?
Well, because
Hungry? Why
because
wait?
I already introduced you and said you're gonna start it off.
I can say no and make you start it off. Go.
you gotta get all rapey for, man?
Oh my gosh.
Go. You're gonna start it
Why are
off.
you forcing me, man?
Because you're gonna do it, man. You already got stuff to say. Go.
I thought it was I didn't really. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was like a good movie, but it's like it was definitely just a 2.5. Was it like 2.5 hours?
Yeah, about
It was
2
like
hours.
What?
2 hours and like 15 minutes.
2 hours and 15 minutes of fucking setup for the next movie, because not a whole lot of real meat happened in this film. And there's a spoiler alert. There's this like one part of the movie, or this like running thread in the movie, that just did nothing for the plot to me.
Right.
Which was the granddaughter, quote unquote, of what's his name there?
The main guy who made the
Benjamin.
Yeah,
what's
whatever.
his last name? Lockwood.
Yeah, Lockwood.
Right?
Yeah.
Benjamin Lockwood. His granddaughter, who was revealed to be a clone in the
Right.
most lackluster of ways.
Yeah.
And then never again really kind of mentioned that. It was just like, yeah, you think you know who she is? You don't know anything about her, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have a granddaughter.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, that was pretty much the end of that.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, she's a clone. Oh shit! And then everybody's just like, yeah, so you want to come with us? And they all fucking go on about their merry way. And then
Who's
it's
she a
never
clone
fucking.
of?
She was a clone
So,
of his
of-
actual granddaughter, right?
No, his actual daughter.
Yeah,
his
his
daughter
daughter.
died
Okay.
in a car accident.
That's
And
right.
He had the like technology to clone her. So, but her whole life, she was brought up thinking that was her grandfather, not knowing she was a clone until she heard a conversation and saw a picture and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it was.
It was a cool idea that was poorly executed.
And what I
It
also
was.
didn't understand was why the dude, like, so like I forget the guy's name, Mills.
Sure.
Was that his name?
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah. Something Mills or whatever. The fucking guy who's supposed to be like the heir to Benjamin Lockwood's fortune.
Yeah, yeah.
Was gonna be the legal guardian of this girl. All of a sudden, like with his plans and the way that he was trying to fucking run shit, all of a sudden, like, he seemed really invested in having the girl as like his ward. And I'm just like, why?
Why?
You know what I mean? Like, he obviously doesn't give a shit about the girl. He's like telling her to fucking go away every chance he gets. And then all of a sudden, when they're going to take her, they're like, she's mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because it has something to do with her being a clone and like technically being the heir to all the money. So she wanted the girl on his side. That's probably what I could say. But I mean, in my opinion, there were a lot of things about this movie that were good. I liked the reconnecting with Blue and that still being like a thing. I thought that was cool.
Ooh.
Right.
You know, like Blue still, you got to learn more about how he got to become close with Blue. It wasn't like just this raptor. He puts his hand out and all of a sudden like the raptor's like, oh, cool, pet me. Like, no, there's a lot of other things that happened. Like he literally brought Blue up from a baby raptor where this
Right.
thing was like jumping around his legs and running around. And like, so the other raptors, there was a video that they were showing of them where the other raptors, if you went into like a weak position, like literally kind of like hunkered down, the other raptors would charge him and he would like hold up his arm that had like a guard on it and they would like bite the arm, like literally trying to like take him down in a moment of weakness. Where Blue, if you went into like a position where he was weak, Blue would actually come over and try to see if he was okay. So there was kind of like that difference in character, like just the
Right.
characteristics of the raptor was very different. So
Yeah, I appreciated them explaining that.
yeah, so that was cool. I also really liked seeing, you know, them taking the dinosaurs off the island. One of the one scenes I never need to fucking see in that movie again, ever, was the fucking brontosaurus being left behind on the fucking island.
Yo,
I
that
never
shit's
need
mad
to
funny.
fucking see that shit ever again in my
Oh
life.
no.
Awful. I literally sat there. I sat there with my fucking wife, and my wife is literally like, so my wife has never had an animal before in her life. So I've seen a change in her react to things differently ever since we got Red. So she's like, understands like, what it would be like to lose an animal that like you care about so much. Like that, it sucks. So seeing the Brontosaurus, who like does nothing to nobody, is like the most peaceful like dinosaur, would never hurt you intentionally, gets left behind on the island, and then the fucking volcano just like takes him out. It's just like literally, and I'm just sitting there, and like she's fucking starts crying. I'm like, so
and the sounds like
it's awful. It's just fucking awful.
Jesus Christ.
It's awful. It's one I never need to see that shit ever again.
So
like,
did Becca cry or?
Yeah, a little bit. She shed a tear. Yeah, because it's just like it's a really sad moment, and like everybody there is thinking the same thing, like because it's walking slow, like, and the boat has just left, and it's like that he's not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah,
it just like sucks.
And it's like, and that thing's like, where you guys going?
Yeah,
come back.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like awful, man. It was so awful. So
I don't like that.
I like seeing people getting like taken out though that deserved it. You know what I mean by the different dinosaurs. The T-Rex is always the hero.
I was so glad that they gave us that part of that general. Like they gave that to us, like the character quirk where he would like collect teeth.
Yeah.
Because when he went to go like get inside that cage, I was like, what the fuck are you getting in this cage for? And then you see him go for the tooth, and I'm like, oh, because like you have this compulsive need to collect rare dinosaur teeth.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. Like that, like you really want that tooth.
Yeah.
It's still a dumb fucking move.
Wicked dumb.
But if they didn't give us that like in the first like part of the movie,
yeah,
that would have been a bullshit scene.
No, I would have. And the only thing that didn't make sense to me though was so this dinosaur is just immune to like what do you call it? The shit you shoot into like tranquilizers. Apparently.
They bred this dinosaur to be the ultimate weapon. What the fuck good is an ultimate weapon that passes out with tranquilizers?
Why would it pass out then?
It didn't. It just it played dead. I don't think it knew that it was supposed to pass out. I think it thought it was supposed to be dead. So it played dead to get out of the fucking cage. It was dumb that it was so smart.
It was dumb how it was like the eye opened and the tail came up and then it stopped. And then it did it again. I was like, all right, that's a little cheesy. And then the other thing I didn't like was the whole, let's crawl down the window and unhook the door. Like that was stupid to me.
I don't think it didn't really unhook the door. Just like it
no,
tapped
I know
it.
that.
It was like it tested the waters. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's dumb. That's so dumb to me. Like, let's crawl in now, and then I'm gonna sneak onto the girl's bed. Like it was just dumb. It was so stupid. I'm like, why do we need this? Like fucking Red Riding Hood moment. Like this is so stupid. You know what I mean? Like it was dumb to me.
Well,
and then the other thing.
That's the girl though too. She didn't need to be part of the movie.
Yeah, but using like the raptor in the first movie when it's like leaning against the door and you see the latch actually open, like that was made sense to me. But this one where it was like the clock, that's dumb. I don't know, but whatever.
I really liked how unhinged that dinosaur was though.
Oh yeah, it was
like
ruthless.
the way that its like head like shook like it was on fucking meth. It was like, and like like its jaws, his jaw was like chattering, and like he was just like, I gotta kill something.
yeah. Not to mention they like put that thing in its brain, so anytime it like hears the it like charges. It's like it's weird. I mean, here's what I summed this up to Ren the other day in the break room. She had asked me about it, and I said, this movie is what would happen if we actually in today's day and age recreated dinosaurs. This is exactly what would happen. The wrong people would get their hands on them. They would try to be sold. They would try to be weaponized by the military. We would lose control, and then to be out in the wild, and we'd all be fucked.
Yep.
That's exactly what would happen because everybody thinks that we as humans think we have everything under control, and no one ever fucking listens to Jeff Goldblum ever. And he is like this. He is the saving grace in this movie. They put him at the beginning and they put him at the end, and still it's the ongoing message since the first movie. Life will find a way.
Life will find a way.
So,
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was decent. I had fun. It was worth going to see it and pay for it.
Hell yeah.
And I honestly can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, the next one's going to be the one to close it out.
Not because this one was great, but because this one definitely set up the
next
one that I want to see,
Yeah.
which is like dinosaurs just fucking wrecking shit in the free world. You know what I mean? It's like they're just gonna be all over fucking America. You said there was an after credit scene that I didn't stay for.
Yeah, so there's an after credit scene, spoiler alert, where it basically shows Vegas. It's clearly Vegas because you can see like the strip and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show 2 pterodactyls flying around, and they land on top of the Eiffel Tower in Vegas.
Okay.
And then it just cuts to black. So
Is this also like Resident Evil though?
Well, I just think it's a symbol for. Well, I mean, it's a clue that like some people about to get fucked up in Vegas. You know what I mean? And like these dinosaurs are going everywhere, and they're gonna reproduce, and we're gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
So
Being fucked is kind of what makes a good movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're not wrong.
Just cannot wait to see people just be fucked
Yep. Definitely. Word.
in a non-porn way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, that does it for the Redbeard podcast. Be sure to tune in to Monday's show
Yeah.
and also be on the lookout for We Love Wednesdays every Thursdays and
The Bachelor After Party with Becca and Tony on Mondays, right after the episodes.
absolutely. Peace.
Bye.
Later.